Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. Today we're looking at
Okay.
it's Slovakia and Ukraine,
Mhm.
and we found this
Yeah.
interesting little news snippet that kind of shows some of the complex kind of relations going on between these countries right now.
Sure. For sure.
And at first it might seem like, oh, this is just kind of niche
Yeah.
little story, but it really shows how energy politics
Yeah.
and international relations are all colliding in Europe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the story here is that Robert Fico, who's a big political player in Slovakia, has proposed a meeting with Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, at the World Economic Forum in Davos.
Okay.
And this is coming up pretty quick here, January 21st.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people see this meeting as potentially, a big turning point for the relationship between these two countries, and to make things even spicier.
Right.
Zelensky hasn't actually responded yet.
Oh, really?
To the request.
Huh.
So that's already adding a little bit more intrigue
Yeah,
to
definitely.
the whole situation.
So what is Fico? I mean, why is he
Yeah, what's his angle?
reaching out like this? What's going on?
So one of the big reasons he's reaching out
Mm-hmm.
is that he is deeply concerned
Okay.
about Ukraine's decision to stop allowing transit of Russian gas
Oh,
through their pipelines
I see.
starting in 2025.
Okay.
So that's a couple years out. But, he's thinking ahead.
Right.
He's like, hey, this is going to be a problem. And he even said that this could really seriously harm Slovakia and the whole EU.
Wow.
So, this is not just like a small thing for him. Okay. We know that he's actually been on the phone with Olaf Scholz, the German Chancellor,
Okay.
talking about gas supply issues.
Oh, okay.
This is clearly top of mind for him.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, Slovakia gets 80% of its natural gas from Russia?
Yeah, something like that. It's a huge amount.
And all of that flows through Ukraine.
Yeah.
So if you just cut that off, that's going to be a massive hit to their economy. And then there's also the, possibility of energy shortages.
Especially in the winter.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big concern.
Yeah, so you can see why he's feeling the pressure. But on the other side, what about Ukraine? How are they responding to all of this?
Well, it's interesting because Zelensky hasn't really responded directly to Fico. It seems like he's focusing more on the Slovakian opposition, particularly a guy named Michal Imikeka. And he's even offered to help Slovakia with its energy security. But there's a catch.
Oh, there's always a catch. Okay, so what's the catch?
Well, he wants what he calls important signals from Slovakia.
Like what?
Mainly, he's looking for support for Ukraine joining NATO and the EU.
So he's really trying to use this to get some leverage in the international community.
Exactly. And this is all happening at the World Economic Forum in Davos.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is a huge deal. It's like the who's who of global players.
There's big names.
Exactly. You've got world leaders, business execs, influential people from all over. It's a place where countries can make deals, try and sway opinions. Basically, it's diplomacy on a very public stage.
Like a global chess match.
Exactly.
And everyone's watching.
So you can see why Zelensky would want to use this opportunity to try and drum up support for Ukraine.
Right, especially with the whole situation with Russia.
Absolutely. He's trying to build alliances and find some security in a really volatile situation.
So it's kind of amazing that this one little story about a possible meeting can reveal all these complex dynamics going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, you've got Fico trying to get ahead of this energy crisis.
Yeah.
You've got Zelensky looking to strengthen Ukraine's position on the world stage.
And it shows just how interconnected everything is, Energy politics, international relations, it's all tied together.
So I guess the big question now is, what's going to happen next? Will this meeting actually happen? What compromises will each side have to make to get what they want? I mean, this story's far from over, folks. So what do y'all think? Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. And we'll see you next time for another deep dive. Thanks for listening, and